Super Mario launched all the way back in 1985 on the NES, and today we're asking the simple question of, does it hold up to the modern day gamer, which would be myself? Now, I'm going to do this in a few ways. I'm going to also play the game and review it and give you guys kind of a walkthrough of how I'm feeling about the game, especially at the time that I am playing it. Jesus! I think that would probably be the most honest way that I can review this game and give it a fair shot. There are a couple things I want to highlight here, which is the gameplay of the game, and it's absolutely fantastic. The gameplay of Super Mario Bros. Holds up so well, and I think it's really just because of how solid those original mechanics are. It's very simple because you just press B to run and you press A to jump, but the way those work together in tandem and give you more momentum, and the buildup of momentum, I think is what really makes this game great. A lot of games at this time were pretty simplistic. We did not have anything that super revolutionized how the character actually moved. And doing this while giving us some really amazing level design, I think is what has made this game as special as it is. Okay, so we're going to start this one off with the classic shortcut. Now, this was pretty cool to see at the time, and, oops, okay. Let's just get that down, and then we'll just go around it. The thing is, I think this game has held up, like, remarkably well. It's a game that the design, it still works. You know, Mario's a slippery guy, of course. Okay, there we go. That was a little scary. But this was monumental, right? These shortcuts right here. And originally this was just a thing for developers, but then when people found it, you know, it's turned into a whole thing with speed runs onto the world so that we can get to the second shortcut, which was really cool. And this game has lived well past its age, you know, and I think a lot of that is because of the speedrunning community and how popular, and it's not too much of a daunting game to speedrun. We have a lot of games that are very difficult to speedrun, and this one I would not categorize it as that. I think the mechanics of this game are really what makes it so monumental, because if we think about it, games around this time were Atari games, stuff like that while people can have nostalgia for it, of course, that nostalgia is often a little bit short-sighted, right? Okay. Because, you know, it's like someone like me who hasn't grown up with those types of games, I can't really play Atari games to this day. What I can play is Super Mario Brothers. And it's pretty just monumental how much this game has stood the test of time over and over and over again. Now, I will say, you know, it's a lot more fun playing this game on the Nintendo Switch because of the rewind feature and stuff like that, because this game was brutally hard. Props to any kids who got this done as props to any kids who beat this back in the day, because I really don't understand how you can do that. I tried without using the warps. Oh god. I tried without using the warps, and that was near impossible. Now, people do it. I don't understand how. But, like, seriously, crazy props to those people. The thing is, those controls, they're so slippery. It's like when we think about this game and how monumental it was and how important for the gaming industry as a whole, it provided challenge. It didn't underestimate its audience. And I think that's a lot of the problems with modern day games, is that they don't think the gamers, especially if it's a game aimed at children, they don't think they're really capable, right? So they give us abundantly easy games like Kirby, Star Allies, and stuff like that, that while kids might like it, you know, it severely discounts their skill level. Oh, again, right there.
A few moments later.
So much of what makes this game what it is, I think, is the difficulty and, like, the slipperiness and unpredictability of Mario himself, right? Because at this time, Nintendo came from a arcade background, right? They were very arcade focused, and, you know, it was kind of a different style of game, because those are kind of money pits, sort of. You know what I mean? They want you to put more money into their game, so they kind of want you to die. And so I think this still had kind of that mentality of making it brutally hard at times. Oh god. Okay, these I think I can just jump. And, you know, the thing is there's a lot of beauty in it, and I think people can really appreciate it now, because coming from where we are in gaming, stuff is so much easier, so much more simple, you know? So then we can see like the difficulty really ramps up. And it's funny because, you know, back in the day, Nintendo really had this hardcore mentality about difficulty. You know, Zelda, another NES game, you can't really get through that game without some problems. I can't personally. So if you can, I applaud you.
A few moments later.
Come on, get me up there. Okay, there we go. And it's definitely not like the easiest of games, and it's nothing like Ghost and Goblins, obviously, but thank God, and I think that's why it's still revered as a good game, you know? And like it's just really great, like the patience it requires, and I just think it's a very monumental game. So this one's tricky, so you gotta hold down the run and then hope for the best. And you kind of dip down there for a second. It's a little sketchy. Oh god. Oh my lord. And they really throw everything. Okay. Oh. What? Okay. There we go. Made it through. So the thing about Nintendo games these days is kind of like, it has this stigma. You know, people think they're pretty easy, you know, they're games that are sort of labeled as kids games, and I don't know if that's what they should be, because games like this prove that Nintendo is a difficult one, you know? And, you know, these Hammer Bros are brutal. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Oh, again. No. Alright, let's see. Okay. Jesus! Oh my god, what was that? So from this level, we can see like early signs of them sort of starting to experiment more with the style of game, right? Because this is sort of a puzzly area. It's like you have to go down the right pipe, you have to think about it, you know what I mean? It's not just totally handed to you like a lot of the other levels are. Not necessarily handed, because of course you have to be good at them, but it's like pretty straightforward. And I think this is sort of what makes Nintendo so unique, is the way that they think about different things, right? Oh god. Oh. Okay, I did that pretty well, actually. Now this part is difficult, because once these hammer guys start coming out, it's like... Okay, there we go. Get to like one of the hardest Bowser fights, I think, ever. Oh, okay, we did it. You know, I think the key to that one is you gotta be fast. And then you get to this cutscene, and it's, you saved her, you know, we got her. And I think that is something. Push B to select a world? What's that mean? And we're done. Now, I think this game is just really, really great on so many levels because of all of the innovations that they did, right? We have to think about the fact that the jump mechanic was really introduced here and popularized. Then we have to think about the whole platforming genre as a whole, which we wouldn't really have, at least to the same degree, had we not have this sort of faded plumber in the beginning, you know? And so it's so special and great that we do have that. I think it's monumental that the first game Nintendo ever made for a home console is still played to this day a lot. It's popular in the speedrunning community. It's a popular game that I think everyone in their life needs to play at least once. So I'm going to have to give this game a really good score of 8 out of 10. That might be kind of low or might be kind of high for different people depending on who you are, but I think that this is a super important game that everyone needs to play at least once. So let me know what you think of the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, why don't you like the video and subscribe? Also, make sure you check out this video of the 10 best Nintendo Switch online games for the NES. Super long title, but it's so good, and you're gonna love it. You need to play these, so why don't you check it out?